presentation at the Climate Trees event today was to look at the last 2 years of my work developing some species selection guidance for green infrastructure professionals, so landscape architects, planners, civil engineers, arboricultural consultants. And I've been collating a lot of information from the literature, the plant use and the dendrological literature, but also integrating that with my own research, and particularly focusing on the drought tolerance of trees. And myself and my collaborator Henrik Hjalman from Sweden have been looking at two key traits, the leaf turgor loss point and the point of 50% loss of conductivity, and taking those traits to quantify the drought tolerance of many of our urban trees. And we've used that to underpin the recommendations within the guidance that will be launched over the next couple of weeks under the umbrella of the organisation Trees and Design Action Group that are based in the UK. We really hope that one aspect of the guidance is looking at the drought tolerance, but we have waterlogging tolerance and shade tolerance, as well as ornamental and aesthetic qualities, the natural habitat and the use potential of different trees. So we hope that the collation of all that data, that's sort of independent, if you like, from the scientific community, will be a real asset for those that specify trees in the urban environment. And as I say, it's been a great privilege to speak here at this event, and hopefully this guidance will make a real positive impact on the way we select trees in the future.
I'm going to speak about urban forestry and how the challenges that urban forestry is presented with by the advent of climate change. But climate change is unpredictable, and I have a view that the nursery industry currently is outside of the central urban forestry debate, and looking at how the nursery industry can position itself centrally to that urban forestry debate and become involved in the species selection for the urban spaces of the future.
Stadtgrün 2021 is a project in Bavaria. 30 trees stand in 3 cities with different climate, a very hot climate in Würzburg, a very cold climate close to Dresden, and a third climate with a lot of water and snow. And we test trees where we hope that they are future good trees. We plant them in an 8 cubic soil in similar conditions, and after 6, 7 or 8 years we see that the trees that we choose are very promising, but we also see that trees have to be fed and watered so that they get a good starting conditions. And when you have this, I'm quite sure that we find for the future the good trees to make the city green for the next 20 to 50 years.
My speech is about the selections you can make in the assortment that are drought tolerant and that are quite well for our climate zones and have a lot of opportunity for the city climate. Drought will be the greater problem in the future. Not only water will be banned from the city by waterways, etc. But the assortment of drought tolerant is the most important part.
we have climate changing in the world, in Europe, I think, and so we have big problems. But the problem is not so big because we have trees. Trees are the answer because they will be big, they will be green. We have a lot of shadow, and so for the people, the trees make, I take it in German, Sauerstoff, and so we have something to breathe. And for our gardeners, for the nurseryman, for the future, it's a big, eine große Aufgabe to make new trees for the future and for all the people in the world, because when every trees will be gone, we have nothing, we have a more bigger problem. So nurserymen have to make green trees for the future.
My talk is about the Floriade 2022, which takes place in Almere. We're making an arboretum on that terrain, and in the arboretum you will find plants from A to Z, starting with Abies on the left hand side and ending at Ziziphus, the plant Ziziphus, at the right hand side. It's just not just trees, there are also shrubs and perennials planted there. It will be a residential area afterwards, so we can show trees not just for the coming 4 years, but also in the years afterwards. We can compare trees there, so we can have a look at the growth of the trees.